I think my first question would be to yourself. Like, it's been incredible, kind of watching your team since the break. I mean, undefeated, all wins as well. What's been so special? Why have you not kind of hit the ground running with such momentum and such form? Talk to us about the differences.
I feel like the break gave us chance to sit back and um, take a look at it, and being out from football for so long gives you that hunger. Everyone's all motivated. We have a good group of lads here, so I think the break just made us more hungry. And since we've been back, uh, I think the mindset is even better, and we're working even harder than we was before.
Um, Sorry, so it's just a bit laggy for me. But for me, I think what's been most impressive, I think probably we could all sort of adhere to this, has just been the goals. I mean, you're just one of the best attacking threats from probably the whole of England. So much is made about the front three between you, sort of Bryce, Saeed as well, who's obviously the consistent features. Talk to me, what is that relationship like between you guys, and why are you three so dominant and so dangerous as well?
Obviously, it's taken a while over time to click, but I think we both know, well, we all know what uh, we've all got the same goals, and that's to obviously score and help the team. But we know what runs we're going to make. We're just always looking out for each other. So I feel like we've done that really well, and yeah, I still feel like there's more for us to give. I say to Saeed a lot of the time, like I still feel we can do more. We can still create more, score more. So still feel like the best is yet to come.
I mean, that's a good way of looking at it. I think probably speaking to your manager at the beginning of the year, and a couple of times I've spoken to him this season, I think that's probably a message he would probably adhere to as well. He's very passionate. I mean, I watched one of his clips the other day of him during the drinks break, and he was brought out his board and all the rest of it. But what is it like working with him day to day? I mean, we see the passion in press conferences, we see how sort of opinionated he can be as well. But what is it actually like, and why do you feel like he's bringing the best out of you in particular?
I feel like he's a great man manager. He just wants everyone to work hard. He's positive every day. Even games we've lost this season, the next day if we come in, he's still positive, and he says we just need to work harder. So I feel like he's got everything pretty nailed on really, and all the boys and everyone around the facilities really respects him and his ideas moving forward. So I think he's a great manager, and I'm loving playing for him at the moment.
As much as sort of the collective goal is naturally to try and get promotion, I asked you as an individual, when you're up there with sort of the leading goal scorers in the league, how much is your eye on the golden boot as well? I mean, that'd be an incredible achievement for you.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't really talk about it. It's only whenever people bring it up. Don't get me wrong, it'll be nice to win it, but look, Mitrovic was out for 3 games. I didn't score, so it wasn't a big deal. Um, the main goal was promotion for me. If we could get both, if I could do both, then that would be brilliant. But the main one is, we want to be playing Premier League football next year.
And do you believe that at this stage you could still catch the automatic promotion places, or even go even further, and then try to cement your position automatically next year into the Premier League?
Look, we're on a good run. We just need to keep going. Got another game on Wednesday. Hopefully we win that and see what happens. But I think we just got to focus on ourselves and keep this momentum going.
All right. Thanks so much, man.
No worries.
Okay, so that's the end of the broadcast section. So Mike, do you want to kick us off with the written section?
Ollie, good afternoon.
Hi, you all right?
I'm good. It's nice to be known as the BMW, this trio. BMW cars are famous for being sort of smooth runners, aren't they? Do you enjoy the BMW compliments? Because you and Ryan and Said seem to come as a package now, don't you?
Yeah, it's funny. My grandparents love it. They're always saying the BMW and stuff like that. But look, I don't really. Obviously, you take note a little bit because I hear everyone saying it, but we just go out there and play our football.
You've been going like a train since football came out of lockdown. I know one or two Brentford fans who sort of wonder out loud whether you've perhaps peaked too soon, or is there actually another gear left in the tank? Have you actually not even peaked yet?
I feel like these last two games we've had more to give. In the Derby game, we won that in the end comfortably, and still I felt like we could have played better. So it's nice because we've won these last two games and we can still do more. So the main thing is winning at the end of the day.
Thank you. One last one from me. Leeds and West Brom are both looking over the shoulder, especially West Brom because they dropped points at the weekend. I suppose it's always better to have points on the board, but do you think West Brom in particular might be looking over their shoulders a little more anxiously today than they were, say, Friday night?
Yeah, I'm sure any team would. When other teams are winning and you've dropped points, then you would do it. Early on in the season, I was definitely looking at the league table once we lost a game or something like that. So, players do take notice, but like I said earlier, we've just got to concentrate on ourselves and just win as many games as possible and carry on.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Daniel?
Hi, Ollie. Just a quick one. Obviously, the BMW and obviously Thomas that you were very complimentary about just now have been winning loads of plaudits. Is there a slight concern that as a team and as a unit, as the front three and the manager, that this might be your one chance to gain promotion together, because you never know what might happen in the summer with the kind of waves that you as individuals and as a manager are making?
To be honest, I haven't really thought of that. We just got to keep going. Everyone's loving playing together at the moment. We've got such a good bond, as you can see on the pitch. So, I think we're just taking it each game as it comes, and we're not looking into the future just yet.
And what do you think will prove the difference? On the weekend, Thomas was talking about the fitness that has been so key since lockdown, and he reckoned goal difference could be the crucial difference maker. What do you think could be the difference between maybe catching those automatic promotion sides or not?
It's all down to ourselves, really. If we don't work hard, stop running, and stop doing the basics, then we won't make the automatic spots. But if we carry on doing what we've been doing, then I'm confident we will.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
Okay, Malik?
Hi, Ollie. Malik here. Cheers for talking to us. I just wanted to ask about your role within the team. Obviously, your goals have been crucial, but also growing into more of a leadership role, because although you're a young player, you've been at the team for a long time. A lot of the guys are kind of new to English football, not just to Brentford. And if it comes to it, you'll be one of the few players who's experienced the playoffs as well. Do you see yourself in that kind of light? Are you growing into that role?
Yeah, definitely feel like on the pitch I've got a leadership role. I watched the Michael Jordan documentary, and it kind of made me hungry and it made me want to, get the best out of everyone so we can try and achieve something special. So, especially with no fans, all the players can hear each other on the pitch and, get information over to each other quickly. So I'm just making sure that I'm trying to help the team as much as possible, obviously from the front, and just making sure everyone feels confident on the pitch, or trying to anyway.
And you mentioned earlier that kind of yourself and Saeed talk about being able to offer even more. We've all known all about Saeed's talents for a while now, but does it feel like to you, since lockdown especially, there have been a few games that he's kind of properly grabbed by the scruff of the neck and kind of dragged the team through almost?
Yeah, look, Saeed's unbelievable. Like I've said nothing but good things about him all year, and I felt like this year since we've been back, sorry, he scored a lot of goals, and I'm not surprised because I was surprised when he didn't score because I feel like he's capable of scoring, 20 plus goals in this league. He's an unbelievable talent, so I'm glad that he's doing that now.
And lastly, from me, has the fact that he is scoring those goals and Brian's got plenty of goals as well made the transition for you to centre forward a bit easier because the team isn't solely reliant on your goals, even though obviously you are the top scorer in the league?
Yeah, I would say so. But when, if I haven't scored for a couple of games, Josh De Silva saying to me, "You haven't scored," and so I know deep down that I'm going to get chances, and it's down to me. So look, if we all score, it's great. But if we win the game, it's even better.
Cheers, Ollie. Best of luck Wednesday.
Thank you.
Okay, Alan.
Hi, Ollie. Can I just sort of go back to what you mentioned a couple of minutes ago about watching The Last Dance and leadership? What did you sort of learn specifically from, like, Michael Jordan as this sort of figure is quite divisive, and maybe that sort of leadership approach is, a lot of people kind of figure that's sort of dated now across sports. So what did you take from that personally?
That all the leaders, they're probably not going to be nicey all the time, and you've got to get fired up, and it's only because you want to win. They're not saying it personally to hurt you or damage you. They're doing it because they want the best out of you, and you want to win the game at the end of the day. So I've just been trying to G everyone up if they make a mistake, saying, "Look, don't worry, keep getting the ball." And I feel like all the boys have been taken to it. We've got Pontus, who's a great leader anyway. Henrik, who talks all the time. Christian. So there's a number of us on the pitch that do talk, and I feel like it definitely helps.
Is that a roundabout way of saying previously you felt maybe you were too nice in your approach and there was a need for sort of a nastier sort of streak, for want of a better phrase?
Maybe just a little bit too shy, thinking if I spoke up, people would say, "Oh, no," and kind of overlook me. But I felt like I'm only saying it to help, so people have taken it, and I feel like it's working.
And just finally, about sort of the move into playing in that central role. I know you've spoken about it sort of earlier in the season, maybe before Christmas, about you hadn't sort of expected that opportunity would come maybe as quickly. Do you still feel like you're sort of learning more and developing as the months have progressed, or is it kind of a thing that you've become so used to playing in that role now?
I'm used to it. I feel very comfortable there now. I can't see myself playing anywhere else, to be honest. But since this lockdown's come back, I feel like I've definitely used my body even better. It's not something I've trained. I've just been a little bit more smarter. But I still have a lot more to learn. But I feel like I've taken to it, and I feel very comfortable in this role.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
Okay, David.
Hi, Ollie. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Just similar to what Alan just asked you, really. I just wondered whether last summer, after Malpai left, whether you actually fancied yourself as a striker at the time, or whether it was a case of just kind of going into the role, it worked well, and you got some momentum from there.
Yeah, I think I didn't see myself replacing Neil and scoring 25 goals, to be brutally honest. I haven't reached the 25 mark yet, but that's what Neil hit. I didn't see myself doing that. But at the start of the season, when I got put there, after a few games, I started to score a few goals, and I feel like I quickly found my stride. So scoring that amount of goals was then reachable, I would say. And each game I've played, I've got more and more confident. So I think it's just one of those things that everything happens for a reason, and I'm glad Neil left and I've had this opportunity.
And the fact that you have played in that wide area, do you think that's helped up front in the sense that maybe you can anticipate what the two guys are likely to do?
Say that again, sorry.
I just said the fact that you have played out wide, do you think that that's helped you up front in the sense that you perhaps can anticipate what the two guys either side of you are likely to do during games?
Yeah, I would say it's relationship wise. So now I know what Saeed's going to do with the ball and when to stay away, when to run, just through playing, a lot of games with them. But on the other side, I feel like I drift wide sometimes and like to run at defenders. So I feel like that's definitely helped me. And that's an area of the game I can improve on because I get a lot of chances to run at fullbacks and centre backs. So I just need to work on that because I still feel I can get 4 or 5 more goals from creating my own chances.
Okay. Thanks very much, Ollie.
Cheers.
Okay, Blake.
Hi, Ollie. Sam here. You've spoken previously about Weston-super-Mare, if we take it back in your career a little bit, and how much massive part of your development they played. What was the key thing that you learned in your loan spell there?
I feel like it was different. I went to Weston when they were nearly rock bottom of the league in a relegation battle, and it was just about surviving, really playing men's football, fighting for something that actually meant something to people. They had direct debits to pay for and things like that. I never really took that into consideration. I was just used to playing reserve football. It didn't matter if you won or lose; it's just about your development. So, men's football really helped me. Going on loan to Weston was a major figure in my career. I did well there, scored 10 goals. But I would definitely say the importance of 3 points was a great experience for me.
And how big of an influence, whilst you were at Weston, was Ryan Northmore in your development? And do you still keep in touch with him at all?
No, I don't keep in touch with him. But if I bumped into him now, I'd have a good chat with him. He was really good with me. I think he extended my loan after I was meant to be only there for 1 or 2 months, but he extended it for the rest of the season. I think he definitely believed in me, and I feel like sometimes he was harsh on me, and that's what I needed, because coming up from the youth team and playing the tick-attack of football is good, but it doesn't matter if you win or lose. It's all about your development. So I feel like he was harsh on me at some stages, but it's definitely what I needed.
And whilst you were at Weston, you played a 3-4-3 formation. I know it was a struggling side, but you played a 3-4-3 formation. Did you play through the middle there at all? And did that help you? Because obviously Brentford also play a similar system. Did that help you at all gain knowledge of that 3-4-3 system?
I played out wide for most of it, but there was a lad called Jamie Lucas at Bristol Rovers. When he left, got recalled, I started playing through the middle, and I did okay actually. But I preferred to be out wide and try and create things from there.
So would you say that going through the middle is something that you've changed your mind on as your career has progressed?
Yeah, I would say so. I wasn't great with my back towards goal, and I had to learn a few different runs and stuff like that. So, still this year I'm learning it because I've had a while out of that position. But this is where I see myself playing now.
Okay. Cheers, Ollie. Thanks.
Cheers.
Okay, Alfredo.
Hi, Ollie. This is Alfredo Rodriguez from the Sports Gazette. Um, just wanted to ask about if the locker room, the dressing room, have you guys are you guys like aware on how long has it been since Brentford has not played in the top tier of English football? What this means from a historical point of view for the club, and how do you guys take it, or do you not really think about it a lot?
No, we haven't really thought about it. You know, we've got a new stadium coming up. Thinking about is trying to play the first game of the league in the make it be in the Premier League. I think that's the main thing that everyone feeling.
Yeah. Cheers, Ollie.
Okay, James.
Hi, Ollie. Hope you're doing well. In your time at Exeter, you suffered the agony and heartbreak that playoffs can bring. Does this provide any extra personal motivation for you to go up automatically this season?
100%. If we got to the playoff final from minute 1 till minute 95 or extra time, I wouldn't stop running. I came off the pitch feeling like I hadn't. Well, first of all, sad because we lost, but secondly, I didn't feel like I worked hard enough and did enough for the team. So if we got there, I definitely do all I could to help the team.
And then physically, how have you felt playing so many games in such a short space of time? Obviously, having had such a long period off due to the lockdown.
I feel good. It's probably the fittest I've ever felt. So I love having the games, you know, in quick succession. I feel like it's all a mental thing. If you tell yourself you're tired, then you are. If not, then just keep going.
And then finally, from a player's perspective, how do you feel about the new rules that have been brought in, such as more substitutions, water breaks, larger matchday squads? Do you feel they've been beneficial or perhaps a hindrance in terms of maybe having momentum in games and stopping that?
A few times I feel like we've been playing and it's been stopped, and I've been a bit peed off. But you know, it's all part of it. It's the same for both teams, so people can see it as an advantage or a disadvantage. But you know, it's the same for both teams. So I guess you've got to get on with it.
Thank you. Good luck against Preston.
Thank you.
And finally, Joshua.
Hi, Ollie. Thanks for joining me today. Josh Thomas here for the Western Mercury. Hope you're doing well.
Thank you.
Going back to what Sam said, you said that going to Western FC was the best thing you ever did, and it helped you a heck of a lot. How did it help you? Why did it help you a lot? And how's it helped you to where you are now?
Yeah, just like I said, playing men's football. I was only playing youth team football where the results didn't matter. So playing against men, you know, it's more physical. You've got to be a little bit more smarter because there's a lot of good ex-pros that play in that division where they come to the end of their career. So I feel like, yeah, you've just got to be stronger all round.
Yeah, I bet. It's a really competitive league with a lot of players as well. I mean, there was a player like Roland from Bristol Rovers who actually played for the club before moving to Bristol Rovers, which is great to see players like yourself and Roland do well and flourish underneath the system.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of players from non-league are good enough to play in the league. I played with a couple that moved to Forest Green, and there was others, one that moved to Barnsley. So, you know, I think that league doesn't go unnoticed, and yeah, there's a lot of talented players in non-league.
Yeah, and like you say, about there's a lot of talented players in non-league. And the last question is, like with the current pandemic, there will be a lot of players now outside to find themselves a club. I mean, how important is it? Do you think it would benefit them to sign for a club like Western? And what advice would you give them?
You know, playing non-league football, you're not that far away. I think Western are in the Conference South, where they was when I played for them. So it's one league away from full-time. You know, but there was teams in that league, Ebbsfleet, at full-time football, and it's a great standard. There's there's good crowds there still, and you can find yourself quickly back into full-time professional football. So I definitely feel like people shouldn't turn their nose up at it, and just give it a try, really.
Thank you.